Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? Took a little while to
Doing-
get set up this morning.
Yes, indeed. But I'm enjoying my cup of coffee, so it's all in good in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I should change the coffee and water. I want water these days. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Cool. So how you been?
Doing well. Getting ready for the upcoming holiday. It is
Oh,
almost
nice.
here. It's Turkey Day.
Oh yeah.
So we're excited.
Are you
Yeah,
into
can't
the
wait.
turkey or you're a ham kind of guy?
Well, actually, among my friends, we move around. So last year I hosted, so I had 12 people in my house. It was a lot of work, love, and you cook for hours for 20 minutes of eat, and be done.
And then pass out.
Exactly. So this year I'm going to one of my best friends. He's hosting it, so it should be really cool. And I have to have the easiest job appetizer, so no big
Great.
deal. Yeah.
Well,
What
that's
about you?
exciting.
How's your week going?
Well, I mean, we're up here in the north in Toronto, so our Thanksgiving has expired a long time ago. So we're just gonna, I don't know, I'll be working. That's about it.
I was
Getting
laughing
caught up.
because you made me remember Game of Thrones, the North.
The
You are in the
north.
North.
I know. So, what are we talking about today, Anton?
Well, it's a good idea to give our friends in the industry a little story or how Streampoint came into place. How did all this happen to have this amazing company now that we have Rosiata, the baby sister, and future ones coming up? So, why don't you give us a little background about Streampoint and its early beginnings, the middles, and where we are today?
All right. So, you are, I think, the fourth person to ask this. There was also another gentleman by the name of Rob to give him a shout out because he did ask for about this as well, which is great. All right. So let's do this. All right, Anton. So we're going to talk about the story of Streampoint. Let me just
Streampoint.
focus this here a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'll try not to make it too long, but it does get interesting. Um, is it the story of Streampoint or the story of where everything begun?
Where everything
Wherever,
began
where
and
it
how we
began.
evolved to be a stream
Well, I was
point.
born in the year 19. I'm just kidding. I think everything for me begun when we immigrated to Canada when I was 10 years old, and then at the age of 14, started a design company called Dea Design. My first job was washing dishes in a restaurant, actually, and save up the money, $4 an hour. I know it's really really weak, but back then, who knows? But anyways, aside from that, saved up some cash, bought a computer, learned how to do design and Photoshop and all this kind of stuff. Yes, at that time, it's Photoshop 3. So learned how to do that. And then at the restaurant I was working at, we looked at the I looked at the opportunity to make a better designed menu, essentially, and the owner of the restaurant was like, "Wow, this is fantastic!" And I'm like, "Perfect. Why don't we do that for all the restaurants in the area?" We're like, "Cool." So registered a company called Data Design back in the day, and then started going to all the restaurants. Started to talk to them about getting their menus all prettified, fancified, and all that. Um, and then just really started getting into the whole design and graphics and arts for it. That's where my passion was. And then as the story goes on and we grow up, I was fortunate in high school to meet Mike, my business partner now, and we started creating a abstract management software, not just out of thin air. It was just kismet that our vice principal's husband was running a conference and he wanted some help from students to create a software to do abstract management. So we wrote the software together and we built it out. And that's what Streampoint started off as in 1998. And we every summer we would go with this conference, stay at the best Fairmonts. It was such a good time with all our friends. We got paid for it and did this conference, for 300 people, which was such a big deal back then, with the faxes coming in and putting in the binders and the
Those days.
swipers, and it was pretty wild. Um, and then through there, we we started looking at it like, hey, why don't we build a registration platform to manage all these inbound registrations that are coming in, because it's really manual. So we built a reg platform, all in all, while we're in high school and college, while we're going through this, you know. And then we did it as a hobby. It wasn't anything solidified at that time. And then what ended up actually happening was I went to college for a year, did computer programming, and loved it, but it was easy in some retrospect at that time. Now I could not code at all. Anyway, so we started programming, and I got a job to actually teach programming, JavaScript, HTML, Photoshop, and stuff like that. And went to my boss and like, why don't we like teach the world this thing called the internet? Built out a site and we banged it through, and we ended up getting a substantial number of visitors through the website. And then there was a decision point to go back to school, or do we actually run the software through? So we ran the software through, which was really exciting. Whereas we actually reconnected a while back, so that was kind of cool. Anyway, so then the software went through, you know, stuff happened. So we all got laid off. Mike got laid off from his job at that time. And Mike is obviously older than me. Well, not obviously, but he's a little older than me. And then he got laid off from his work. And then we were like, hey, that thing we do in the summer, why don't we do it full time? You know, so we started doing it full time, more customer driven approach. And we focused more on the custom side of things because I loved creating custom experiences for customers. And I loved art, loved design, loved programming. So put it all together. And there's something to be said about the timing of things and the kismet. I use kismet because people meet at specific times when you need them to be there. And things started happening just automatically, the universe answering to specific calls that we needed. And it was cool, you know, we're looking for internet to be part of our company, obviously, because we're an internet business. And then the guy at the other side was like, hey, talk to this person. And then I'm like, wow. So that opened up some doors to meeting the Toronto MPI chapter, for example, you know. And then after that, we met other people through that connection, and just stuff started snowballing. For us, it's always been organic, and it's been successful that way. Word of mouth is how we put ourselves out there as well. And we really focused on customized registration platforms. So making things look great, making things look beautiful, branded, functioning so the user experience is nice and clean, as you know now. Like that is what we put our hat to. And we integrate with everything, you know. So that's kind of where it all evolved from. And Mike also brought in a lot of his spirit of project management, thinking critically, you know, programmatically. So that was just a really good combination of things, which was really awesome.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's good to know. And you know, you pointed out a few things which are very important to me. For example, is the fact that we are customer centric, that we do take care of our clients, that we do pay attention of the little details and things that they are looking for, and also that it was basically sort of what we call the American dream here, that where you started something little and then you made it something that is so real and so big, and we have amazing peers in the company and in the office, and also the diversity that exists in the company. It is beyond phenomenal, and I cannot be more proud to be part of it. But it's a great story of how your startup dream became Streampoint with Mike.
Well, our starter dream
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
absolutely. Yeah. But with my group, because think about it. Kids, when I was 14, honestly, I had no idea. I had no idea what was I gonna be. I had a rugby ball in my hand. That's all that I could dream of, was playing rugby all day long. That was all that I used to do. And but
yeah, I
here
don't
we
know.
are.
Like for me, it's always been about creating stuff. You know, at 14 was doing design and graphics, right, and then making an income, and
That's your passion. That's
that's
what
my
you love.
passion. Even in
Yeah.
high school, you know, when we're there, being part of the computer team. So in the summer, we would get paid to clean and flush out and set up all the computers for the students through the school. You know, I don't know. It's just very enterprising mindset, and it's. Do you hear that? I think
Yes.
you're having a party about. You got a little parade waiting for you.
Oh, it's Washington, D.C. What can I tell you?
But yeah, anyway, so that's kind of where everything stems from, you know. And I love the competition of things, you know, winning contests, being like the best designer in Canada at the age of 19. That was kind of wild. Yeah, stuff like that. It's been pretty cool. It's been a cool ride, and there's more to come, which is what we're super excited about.
Absolutely, absolutely. But thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Now, our friends in the industry know how Streampoint had its early beginnings,
Yeah,
middle,
you know,
where
we
it
don't
is
we don't
now.
share it too much, but it is sometimes I guess it's good to share.
Please.
Um, on that notion, I think it's also good to know where we're going. One of the big things that we're focusing on is looking at the landscape of technology of where it is right now. Everybody is looking to get their hands on to doing their own thing, right? Like I want to be empowered to do my own event. I want to be empowered to create my own reports. I want to do my own app. Like everybody just wants to do stuff now, and which is just the way things are going. However, there are still some customers and clients that want don't have the resources to do it, right? So then that's where our sweet spot is. So I am happy to announce that we are going to be launching a full SaaS registration platform in the end of, well, mid next year till the end of next year. We're shooting for Q3 2023. However, in the spirit of customer driven approaches, we are going to be launching an early adopter program next week. We'll probably start putting some ads out, I would say, over Thanksgiving. So when you're having your turkey and chilling out, you'll start seeing some ads, and then you can sign up for the early adopter program. It is a sign up process where you do have to apply to be part of it. Being part of the early adopter program, our goal is to share what's happening behind the scenes with you, get feedback from the community on how we're moving forward, and then making sure that we're always moving forward in the right step, and we're building an application for you, and you're helping us build it for your peers as well. And true to that statement, that is what we're shooting for. And we're only going to approve 1,000 people, and these are the first 1,000 people that we have in the future early access to events that we do, better pricing, early previews, sneak previews of applications, things like that. So then we can work on that together.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And also, we're going to be listening to what they have to say. We're going to learn from them as well, because the way that we're looking at this is so many different features and so many things that every single division or segment of the industry has, that we need to learn more about what is more important for the educational versus the medical versus the research and so on and so forth. So your input is going to be critical to make sure that this platform is better and better and better every day, because technology never stops. I have learned that, and since COVID, that technology keeps improving every day. Whatever was good today is no longer good to yesterday. It has to keep on moving forward, which is
Well, that's life, though. If you don't constantly improve yourself, then you're just stagnant, still like water, So it ain't doesn't do you good as well. So software is the
absolutely
same way; it needs to be evolving.
agree.
On that note, just keep an eye out. This is a message to everybody. Keep an eye out for the early adopter program. Very excited for you to be part of it. And let's win together. I'm hearing a lot of stuff on the road about other applications and great things that are working and things that can be improved. And we are also listening to all that feedback and building it based on that. Now, it is important to note we're not starting this journey now. We have started this journey about 2 years ago. So we are well underway the development process, and we're coming out strong. So that is the way to go with you and us together. So that'll be great.
Super excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So anyways, on that notion, just remember to subscribe to this channel. I don't say it often enough, but subscribe to it. This will be where we'll post some treats for everybody from time to time, and you get to hear the story of Anton and I together. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for today.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that and bringing us up to date on what's going to be happening in the next upcoming days. And please, if you have any comments or any ideas or topics that you would like us to talk about, bring it on. Just send us a little note and we'll be happy to go over those. And who knows, maybe we'll invite you to be part of the conversation. So now then we have a trio, maybe quadruple. Who knows? We'll see where it goes.
Oh, and one more note. We are going to be in DC this from November 30th to December 3rd. We're doing a client dine around. So if you're interested in joining us for dinner, let us know. We are going to start doing this on a monthly basis. So just keep an eye out, keep an eye on videos, subscribe to our newsletters, go to our website, check it out. It looks amazing. And there we go. That's it.
Exactly. That's it. Have a great day, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Don't eat too much. And if you do, make sure that you take a good old nap. That there's nothing like football and nap after a good old meal after Thanksgiving.
Or just have salad. And that'll be great.
Exactly.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye.